1659. We took a family vacation this year. My mom's relatives landed in central Maine in 1659. We were up there in the middle of nowhere in Maine. Beautiful country, right on the rocks and the black beaches and pine trees and mountains. The mountains spill into the sea in Maine. It's like being in a different world. There wasn't much going on. There was no cell phone coverage. There was no Wi-Fi. It was an old-fashioned vacation. So what we did is we went to the local public library, and I started researching my clan and the lineage. And it was unbelievable how well they traced back the Smith clan to Smith's Cove in 1659. It turns out they were prisoners that were so unruly in England that English soldiers their mission was to bring them over to Maine and drop them off and leave them there on the rocks because they kept escaping from prison and causing problems, right? So what happened? Something really weird happened on the voyage. You got to think about when people made that voyage, it took months, right? Well, my relatives, the Scots were stuffed in the bow of the ship to live in their own excrement. No fresh water, no vitamin C, rampant scurvy. People watch their family members die on the voyage. And they get there, but here's what happened. More Scots lived than the Englishmen. You see, whether you were captive or captor coming to this country, it was equally a fatal journey for both. And it dawned on me. I said, I got to share this at convention. It hit me like a ton of bricks. If you're third, fourth, or fifth generation American, you come from badass stock. People that risk their lives to get here. Isn't it true? Isn't it true? Isn't it true that people still put their family members on an 8-foot boat from Haiti and Cuba, still try to get here? Why? Because of the fertile economic soil that we have in America. Because you can do anything that you want with a marketing plan and a product, and a will and a heart, anything. People are still risking their lives to get to this country just to have a better life. Guess what? Immigrants to this country become millionaires 9 times the rate of native-born Americans. Why? Let me tell you why. I got to use one of my guys from history to tell you why. Remember Houdini? Remember Houdini, the great escape artist? Now we have who? Chris Angel, okay? So Houdini was the first escape artist, and there was a jail cell built in one of the Carolinas. I forget if it was north or south, but they were so proud of their jail cell, they hired Houdini to come in to prove to everybody it was impregnable, unescapable. Nobody could get out of this jail cell, right? So Houdini gets in there, they put him in a straitjacket, they shackle his hands, they shackle his ankles, and they say, go to work. And the pictures are being taken, the reporters are there. His challenge was to get out of all the locks and get out of the jail cell. Well, he's doing his thing, and he's dislocating his shoulder, and he gets out of the straitjacket, he picks the locks, he's totally exhausted, he goes to pick the final lock to get out of the jail cell, and he's working on it for hours. Finally, he falls to his knees in complete and utter exhaustion, sweat pouring off of him, falls into the door. Guess what happens? The door pops open. How could that be? The door was so thoroughly locked inside his mind that he couldn't open it. I ask you folks, how many doors remain locked in your mind?